Let's see. Let's see if we can get Foots the King on the phone. Let's go ahead and get Foots on the phone. Let's get Foots on the phone. Yo, chat, we look terrible, man. We look horrific. But we gotta do what it do. Horrible, but we gotta do what it do. Horrible. Let's see. Here we go.
Vato, how's it going, buddy?
Brother Brad, you know what I'm here for, man. You know what the business is. What's good with you, dog?
I'm looking at all positive spots. I'm gonna push it. I don't care if people are gonna say, "Oh, you're too positive."
Foots. My audience wants to hear nothing about this positivity of yours, but I do think, though, Foots, I do think there is there are many positives to take from this. So we got a good side and we got a trash side. So I'll let you lead it off, brother Foots. What was something that was good for you tonight? Tyler Smith looked good, didn't he?
Tyler Smith played good football, man.
Sure.
Like that's my biggest takeaway.
Yeah.
Like if you would have told me he was gonna outplay, Terrence Steele, I would have said I don't believe you. But he outplayed Terrence Steele.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott ran the ball hard, man.
Sure.
He ran the ball extremely hard.
Sure.
So to me, this was a preseason game for us, and this is why fans don't want to hear that.
Yeah, they
don't.
No,
they don't want to hear that. It's the sky's falling, and probably judging my Twitter, they probably think I think the sky's falling too. But I'm gonna do a video. You're just off. I mean,
sure.
It started. Play calling was off. First drive. I mean, Kellen Moore just loves to run reverses. So, then penalties still there.
Well, let's do this first. Then let's do this. Let's just kind of do it like this. I didn't like the idea that whenever we tried to use Tony early, it had to be some cute little thing, like some kind of reverse, some kind of handoff, some little fake back to Dak. I would have liked for Tony to just kind of get the ball conventionally. I would have liked him to just get the ball as if he was Zeke, like how Zeke was getting the ball. I think when you put Tony in those weird situations and like, all right, Tony, you're in like you're just in the open, just like do something with this now. Right. And I don't think that's fair to Tony. But later in the game, when we did try to give Tony the ball, the ball as a running back, just kind of run the ball with Tony. Tony did look a little better. I don't think Zeke looked bad. I just think just as an offense, we couldn't get into a flow. But that's probably something that we can work on over time, though, right?
Yeah, with Tony, that's always been my gripe with Kellen Moore. Flow. Well, it's like you said, flow. You're driving the ball. It's no need to do that. There's literally no need. But, I think the problem is, too, he even has to get in the rhythm.
Sure.
And so I think when you don't play preseason, we don't even suit up for a preseason game. They used to do that third preseason game. Yeah. They don't even suit up for a game anymore, right?
Sure.
That's going to hurt you. I thought that we didn't tackle well. It was a lot. I mean, obviously, now let me say this. Defense played lights out. I'm going to go back and watch the game.
Sure.
Defense, chance after chance after chance. Michael Parsons is a star. I thought that our secondary played decent for the most part.
Yeah.
But when you put them in bad position spots,
sure.
My biggest gripe, Fox, and I want your thoughts on this.
Okay.
And I know you got a show to get to.
Sure.
Fox, why isn't Jalen Tolbert playing? What are you hearing? What do you know? I'm very upset. That was probably the biggest thing I was upset about.
All I can think about is that they had guys that were locked in for sure. CD was a guy that's locked in for sure. Semi and Noah Brown were guys that were locked in for sure. Kevontae Turpin was locked in because he's team's guy. So that's already like 5 wide receivers. So I think they went to Dak and they said, Dak, who do you feel more comfortable with right now, Dennis Houston or Jalen Tolbert? I think Dak was the guy that probably put it in the air, I would rather have Dennis on the field than Tobin on the field. Because I thought that Houston got the nod because of kicking game or something like that. Nah, he was just one of the first receivers out there. He was just one of the first wide receivers on the field. So I guess he's going to be one of your starting wide receivers. But do you think that we need wide receiver help, or are we just kind of waiting on Gallup to get back?
I think you're waiting on Michael Gallup, and I just think that Jalen Tolbert, he's your third-round pick, and I don't think that he was that bad. Look who was throwing the ball in the preseason. I don't know. Maybe I missed something on that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Dak likes Dennis Houston. I feel like Jalen Tolbert has a little more pop to his game, and I said this. Noah Brown is just a guy. If he was more, then he would have done more, and he would have been on the field. They use him as a blocker. They've used him as a blocker since Jason Garrett was here. I think that's just his game. I think he's just a guy. Voch. I could be wrong. He could go crazy. It's week one. It could be, overreaction. But I think you need to start moving in the direction of your young player and letting him grow with your quarterback.
Jerry Jones just came out and said that Dak Prescott will be out for a while. I'm assuming multiple weeks because he has to have surgery on his hand. How does that make you feel, Brother Foots?
Season could be bad.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
Yeah. Looking bad, Foots. It's looking bad for us, brother. Or at least for at least for 5 weeks, or like if it's a broken hand, I think that's like 3 to 5. So it's looking bad, Brother Foots. Looking bad.
Hey man, let's pray for the best. May have to trade for somebody. I don't know. We'll see.
It's looking rough, man. It's looking rough. What else you got? Did you have anything else you wanted to bring to the show, man?
Nope. I'm gonna.
I feel your energy. I just felt your energy, Foots. I agree. I'm on the same page.
You just gave me a gut punch, so
yeah.
We'll see what's what. Hopefully, we can make something happen. But it is what it
is. If Dak is healthy, you at least feel like you can clean up some of the mistakes that you made, or you can, that you would. Oh, okay, cool. We'll fix it as long as 4 is healthy. But if 4 is out, then you won't get too much optimism out of me. I know there's a lot of Cowboy fans that look at me and go, "Oh, Voch, you're too positive. You're always lying to us. You too whatever." In my mind, if Dak ain't playing, then that's bad business. That ain't for the best.
Yeah, it's not good. So this season looks like it. We'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what happens. Appreciate you, Foots.
All right, man.
Yeah, man. Yep, and I'm getting a barrage of text messages sending me tweets talking about Dak Prescott in his hand and so on and so forth. I know. We got 1,100 people watching live on the Voch Lombardi side, 270 some odd people watching on the volume. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, man, the Cowboys got what, man? Cowboys on offense in particular got they goofy ass smoke, man. Foots is one of the more positive guys like I am. Foots can get into his doom and gloom bag for sure. Also, but I really don't have a big doom and gloom bag as long as 4 is healthy. If 4 is going to be out and these are the problems that you have in our offense, there are some problems here. There are some big problems here. What I don't want is, I don't want the Cowboys to be like, all right, we need to throw money at a backup quarterback now because that's annoying. You know what I'm saying? If that's going to be the case, like, why would you throw money at this position and you haven't thrown money at the wide receiver or the pass rusher or the swing tackle position or the fucking starting tackle position? So it's going to be interesting to see how this develops moving forward. But if Dak Prescott's not in the game, I ain't got faith in Cooper Rush like that. I ain't got faith in, like even when it was like Andy Dalton or whatever, I wasn't even a guy that was looking like, oh, Andy Dalton can be cool, Cooper Rush can be cool. I wasn't none of them dudes. And I know it's some Dak haters that love this right now. It's some Dak haters that's just, just Harlem shaking in their boots, but this ain't good business at all. If Dak Prescott's out for multiple weeks, and when they say multiple, I'm thinking broken hand. I'm thinking 5. I'm thinking 4 or 5 weeks. I don't think it takes 7. I don't think 7. I don't think 7 weeks is a hand injury. I don't think it don't take 7 weeks for a hand. But then again, I don't know. I don't know. They know more than me. All I saw was Dak and hand. You know what I mean? Or, so they'll come out with more and more details, and the more we get it, the more we'll let you know. But if this offense is just like this, is what the offense is, just on its own, and then you lose 4, hope it ain't too long. Hope it ain't terribly long. But what else happened in the game? We talked about Tyler Smith looking well. Connor McGovern got hurt. That's not fun. That's not fun for your for your lineup, because we already wasn't a team that was very depthly, and of course I would have to watch the film to see what our guy Fournier. We'll watch the film to kind of see what he'd play like, and how he played. But I'm not ready to come out and say, oh well, Fournier did fine. Well, we can live at left guard. I'm fully prepared to get Jason Peters in at left tackle and get Tyler Smith at left guard, because Tyler Smith looked like he's ready for the lights. And he's ready for left tackle. So I would have to, really evaluate to see if Tyler looked good at left tackle or to see if he held up at left tackle. But if you want to talk about continuity, like if you want to be continuity guy, then you might as well get this Jason Peters left tackle, Tyler Smith left guard chemistry going right now, especially while Dak is out. And also, if Dak is going to be out, then you need to not rush Michael Gallup neither. You know what I'm saying? There's no need for Dak to be out. Then you just rush Michael Gallup and he, mess around and gets hurt again. So, I think that lends you a little more of an opportunity to kind of be patient with your injured guys. But let me get the sound ready before. Fuck, it look bad. It looks bad. It ain't looking good, man. It ain't looking good. Who's saying 7 weeks? Is somebody on Twitter saying 7 weeks? I don't know. David McKinney dropped 5 and says we may have to call Cam Newton at this point. They're not gonna do that. Dak ain't even Romo. Tell me I'm wrong. You're wrong. All right. So that's just that. That's just that. What else do we have positive? Michael Parsons is a goddamn killer. Michael Parsons is a damn serial killer, and I do think that the defense played well, but you just continuously put the defense in horrible position. If you put the defense in horrible position, it is hard for someone to overcome that. You know what I'm saying? Looks like it. My brother just said Dak broke his hand. Yep. It's hard to put the defense in a hole every single drive and just tell them to fight out of it. You know what I mean? Hey, fight out of this hole. Fight out of this hole. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of that, yeah, I just got the report that said several weeks out for a while. Regardless of that, like the whole idea of, I saw some people saying that the defense played bad. I'm like, nah, man, the defense did the best they could in a given situation. So, depending on or just according to the circumstance that you put your defense in, I don't like they didn't have Tom Brady backed up in the 20 because we didn't kick the ball off very much. We kicked the ball off like twice, and that was at the beginning of the third quarter, and that was after we scored the 3 points. But besides that, the Bucs were just getting punts. They were getting punts, and they was getting the ball around the 40, around the 30. So, and even on our side, you know what I mean, with the returns or whatever. So, if you are constantly putting your defense in that kind of a jam, then of course. But, via run game or whatever, they'll drive. We had a very bend but don't break kind of mentality. But we did kind of, make Tom Brady throw the football, and Tom Brady only scored one time, man. Even that was a good play on their part. It was like Mike Williams, I believe. Mike Evans. He was the one that got in the end zone, but besides that, giving up one touchdown to Tom Brady and just kind of holding them dudes to field goals, considering the hole that you put your defense in the first place, yeah, man, you can't ask them dudes for much more. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens there. Basham got hurt. Somebody said it was like his thigh or his hip or something like that. So I don't know what happened with Basham there, but you're probably going to get a lot more Sam Williams. But we're so deep at the end position, that won't hurt you too terribly bad. When Zeke did run the football, Zeke didn't look terrible. It was just, when it was time to throw the football, we got directly off the field. Like, we just got straight off the field. You know what I'm saying? And, that was problematic. When Tony was given the football in the run game and not like some weird reverse, some weird jet sweep stuff, like it was just, hey, hand the football to Tony. Tony looked fine. We just kept shooting ourselves in the foot, and, Tony couldn't get going. It was bad. Chevion Wilson says, he dropped a deuce and says, Voch, is it safe to say that Kellen Moore has to go? I'm going to watch the film before I say anything. I'm going to say the film before I'm going to watch film before I say anything. Because if I watch the film and I see zero separation from our receivers, then that'll be a big part of your problem. I know Ford didn't play a great game. 88 didn't play a great game. Your other wide receivers, they didn't get open very much. It's almost like the run game is all we had. The run game is all we had, and we couldn't use that consistently. You know what I'm saying? So don't ask me what's in this mason jar. Shots out to set it off, Chris. But do not ask me what's in this mason jar, bro. But yeah, man, it was just bad. It was just bad. Let me see if they're still live on Will Steele's channel, and if they are still live, then I won't bother them. I will not bother Will Steele, because I would like to get more reactions from Cowboy personalities, man. But boy, what a game! What a game! DJ's World Drop 5 says Dak made a business decision, saw who he had to throw to, and decided to hit COVID camp for 5 weeks. I don't think that's the case. And I see a lot of people saying that we should trade for like Jimmy Garoppolo or like Teddy Bridgewater or something like that. I don't think those dudes save you. I don't think those dudes help you right now. I think this team needs like wide receiver help, and this team needs like chemistry. This team needs to like put it all together, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Not just like this team needs time to gel, bro. And I kind of like what Fuss was saying. In a way that, hey, we didn't really get preseason games. We didn't even suit up for preseason. And I do think there's something to, when you do these joint practices, you get to dictate how safe your quarterback is. You get to, dictate how many first team reps you get against other first team guys. I do think there's something to that. But if you look at the teams that go out in preseason and they play in preseason, they look a little better. So I think that's going to be definitely a talking point that me and Will still hit on tomorrow. But we'll cross that road whenever we get there. But shitty day at the office, man. Shitty day at the office. Let me take a look at the stats. I had the stats pulled up somewhere. Let me go Cowboys versus Bucs. Let me take a look at the stats and get a good look at them. Tom Brady was 18 for 27, 212 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. That interception came from Donovan Wilson. Very heads up play from him. I think that was set up by Dan Quinn nicely. Fantastic. Leonard Fournette had 21 carries for 121 yards. That was the story of the game. Beating the run. And they was running the football, man. But we was very bend but don't break you. We gave up run yards, but we didn't give up like touchdowns for real. But that is that. Mike Evans had 5 receptions for 71 yards. Julio had 3 for 69. I don't even remember them. I don't even remember them yards. And Chris Godwin had 3 for 35. So yeah. But hey, it all goes back to the hole that you dug for your defense, man. Man, the defense had to fight out of a hole, bro. But they just kept doing it. And how many big plays did they give up? The defense probably gave up a couple of deep balls, maybe like two or three deep balls, maybe, and then like the slow, methodical run game stuff. But holy shit, Carl Lewis, it was bad, man. It was bad. Let's see what the chat box talking about. Let's see what y'all are saying. I know what y'all are saying. Y'all are saying that we should move on from Kellen Moore. Let's just kind of address that. Do I think this was a Kellen Moore issue? And once again, I'm going to give you the answer that I've been giving you. Like, let me watch the film and I'll figure it out and I'll have an answer for you tomorrow. But my whole thing with the Kellen Moore thing is, and I'll just say this other point because I said this on the actual live stream, so I know some of you weren't there for the live stream. But I don't mind moving on from Cooper and Leal. I don't mind it. I don't even think that you miss Leal very very much tonight. Terrence Steele had a weird game in terms of how clean he was, like, penalties or whatever. But I think blocking wise, Terrence Steele had a solid game. So I don't think you lost much with Lael. I think you lost a lot with Cooper and the ability to get open by himself. But I wasn't really opposed to moving on from those guys. Like, I don't hate moving on from those guys, but the replacement is what we had a problem with. We moved on from Cooper, and our idea was, okay, well, Cooper's leaving. Well, we're just going to fill that void with getting the ball to CD Moore, and Simi Fehoko going to have to step up. Dennis Houston and Jalen Tolbert. James Washington, that's not adequate. That's not enough. It just simply wasn't enough. So now, and this adds another level to this question, because now you can ask, well, Voch, do we go out to get wide receiver help? It depends on how long your quarterback is out. If your quarterback out for 8 games, bro, you're gonna be fighting to the nitty gritty, man. You're gonna be fighting all the way to the end of the season. It just looks, it looks a mess. It looks a mess. We ain't doing nothing else. Let's go ahead and let's see, properties, configure video. It looks a mess, brother. We'll see. If Dak is out for 7 games, and y'all know how my optimism works, I'm not very optimistic when Dak is not playing. Where my glasses at? Y'all know I'm not very optimistic when Dak's not playing. I saw some people was all like, Voch, time for draft season. And I'm like, nah, man, Dak got a shot to fix this. It ain't draft season yet. Then Dak got hurt. Hey, it looked bad. It looks gloomy and dreary from here. I'm not gonna lie. I ultimately feel like it depends on how many games Dak missed. I saw somebody saying 7 weeks. I don't know how 7 weeks. It's a hand injury. We'll get more information on how bad. If it was a bad break, then maybe it'd be 7 weeks. If it was a bad break, yeah, it'd be 7 weeks. But if it was a semi, broken hand, 3, 4, 5. But my problem is, if Dak is out for 5 weeks, it's been fun, y'all. If Dak is out longer than 5 weeks, it's been fun. Don't ask what's in my glass, you feel me? Just don't ask. What do y'all think, chat? Do y'all think that this Cooper Rush-led offense can go 3-3 over the next 6 weeks? We got the Bengals, Giants, Washington Football Wizards, Rams, Eagles, and Lions. How many of those games do Cooper Rush win? Shaq dropped 5 and says Jalen Carter season. I don't even know who that is. Is that a freshman? Is that a college player? It's too soon for draft season for me, brother. Too soon for draft season. Throw DiNucci in the fire? Cam Newton? I don't even think Cam Newton's good anymore. Not that Cooper Rush is good or anything, but Cam Newton definitely ain't good. Hit up Law Nation. I think Law is live. 7 to 8 weeks. Oh, Jalen Carter, the Georgia tackle, number 88. Oh yeah. Oh goodness, you bring that motherfucker again. You bring that motherfucker again. We sell. I'm war calling. You bring that motherfucker again. But I don't know. I honestly don't know what happens from here. This automatically goes into a week by week situation, right? What I mean by that, like, if you can just squeak out, if you just squeak out wins or whatever, then you could possibly make the argument. Like, if you're 3-4 or 3-5 or something when Dak 3-5 is crazy. Dak would essentially have to be perfect going into the last few games or whatever. You would hope that the NFC is a mess. Right? And I'm seeing people say trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. My problem is I don't think I would want to give up that level of draft compensation just to have Jimmy Garoppolo for 6 weeks. Because if you're going to give up something to get Jimmy Garoppolo, they're going to want a lot. They're going to want like some ones. Because Jimmy's a starter. Jimmy is technically a starter. He's a first-string quarterback. He's a guy that, But if you get Jimmy Garoppolo, he's only going to play for you until Dak comes back. So it'll be 6 to 7 weeks. So I'm not on the go get Jimmy Garoppolo train. I'm not on that train. What gives you some kind of optimism, right, is Tampa Bay didn't necessarily play amazing tonight. I mean, they won the game. They didn't play amazing. Green Bay played horribly. San Francisco lost. Who else? The Eagles got into a shootout with the Lions. And the Rams look horrible week 1. So it gives you some type of hope that if the NFC is in shambles, that you can mostly live until Dak gets back. In my mind, that's what makes sense to me. But what a time to be alive, boy. I just got this job. I just got the job at the volume. Boy. I just got here. I just got to the volume. You know what I mean? Let's see what the chat box talking about. Somebody say bust out the draft board. It's too soon. It's definitely too soon for the draft board. I even think that Dak coming back will win you enough games to get you out of the top 10, which is a real life question at this point. At this point, if Dak is out for like 8 games, it doesn't make sense to try to fight Dak back to go 8-8 or 8-9 or 9-8. If he's going to miss that many games and we lose that many games, just leave him out and get a draft pick, dog. But I'm into that kind of shit. I'm into tanking and shit. You know what I mean? I know the organization is not. Nova Legion dropped a deuce and says J. Ron on. So J. Ron Curse hurt. I hate it here. Jerry Jones just said 7 weeks. Hey, man. This is our season. Somebody in the chat said, somebody on Twitter says, who's looking good in the 2023 draft? Let's draft a new team and some coaches. I don't know who draft. I don't know. It's too soon for draft. How we feeling about Quentin Johnston from TCU or Smith and Jigba? I definitely think you're going to be looking at wide receiver. I mean, it ain't time to look at draft yet. It's definitely not time to look at draft yet. But it's, you're definitely going to be looking at wide receiver. You're definitely going to be looking at wide receiver. Definitely. Whatever. No. The phone lines are not open. I'm actually about to end the stream soon. I just wanted to kind of come in and give y'all a little bit of the sadness that you asked for, a little bit of sadness that you want. I'm actually about to rewatch the game. I'm gonna rewatch the game and try to gather my analysis and get ready for the show tomorrow. That's what we're gonna be doing. So we got Law Nation live. I think Will Steele is live also. Gonna give him a good listen. Now that I think about it, we'll say that for tomorrow. Yeah. Let's see. Tank for Price Young, Alabama, and Peyton our coach. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate you, brother. Everybody gonna talk about us even worse. Oh yeah, I'm not watching TV tomorrow. Yeah, when you win, you can watch TV to kind of see what the pundits say. But nah, tomorrow's not a good day to be watching TV. it's not a good day to be watching TV. But all right, I think that's all we're gonna do for the post game show, man. I gave y'all a solid 35 minutes of sadness. I love y'all to pieces, man. I do think that this will be a season full of trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? And it's definitely gonna test our patience. But at the end of the day, we gotta take it 1 week at a time. Love y'all to pieces. I'll tap in with y'all tomorrow. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, man, for the volume live tomorrow. I'm gonna have the phone lines open for y'all to just kind of say whatever it is that y'all like to say, man. You know, tomorrow I'm gonna let y'all express yourself. You know what I mean? JR says, Voch, what you gonna eat after this? Voch gonna eat the pillow. Voch gonna eat that pillow, and I'm gonna wake up in the morning and try to look y'all in the face at 3 p.m. Central tomorrow. That's the plan. All right, love y'all to pieces, man. I will catch y'all tomorrow. We should get film tomorrow also, depending on when the film drop. It should drop tomorrow. If not, it'll be Tuesday. But love y'all, man. Peace.